Omo Kweya, Livia Wuking. And so they are Ashanti Memi. And if you look at the vote across the country, Ashanti, and people, Ashanti, we know Eastern regional. Because they know that, oh, I mean, victory is a show. What makes you think, sir? Ashanti regional, Mabay, because I've seen quite a number of you in the region. Mabay, Ashanti is going to move from a blue na apple green. Then a more official meeting me, sir. Because Ashanti region is blue, pure NPP.
It's true. Is there a stronghold?
Yes.
No doubt about that. And that is why they've taken them for granted. Because shame people for Ashanti region, oh, yes, what have they done here? You tell me. Tell me 3 major interventions in Ashanti region. Ali you see KJT market. You see Tepa Hospital, Fomina Hospital, Kumahu Hospital, Bekwai Hospital, Konfonochi Eye Care Center, Sofola Interchange. We took over, we pushed it, and make sure we dealt with it. Kumasi Inner Roads. Dear partner, see a cousin baby or strongholder. They say without a honor, we are here. Someone said, Mensa, Mirano, you beside and said, Minister, region with you, Hannah moving ye pa, and like you are saying, MPP to media Ashanti region, a council by 6 regions.
Yeah, true.
So that tells you the power and the magnitude of Ashanti region. And your regional is a Udiumudiagro. I watched him, the regional minister.
Well, it was on my show actually.
You did it.
Yes, I did.
Yes, thank you. You did it.
It was on my show.
You did it.
Yes, it was on my show.
Also call a race course as a Yupachi. No, also a regional office. And the office at Chico.
There's that is Bangalore.
You see, why you are master to buy. I didn't put you back. Ashanti region said, look, you are not taking us for granted. Also, if I hear Bangladesh, I will see my judges.
Yeah.
That is the what these people are telling the people of Ashanti region.
Oh, but at least, I mean, Penda Mishessia, who call a year job so a hospital, in fact, 4 district hospitals or commission, board job so board there, a board a year swimming, and I mean, I must say West District to come. To say hospitals, OBB hospital. These are things he has done for.
And I told you, Tepa, Fomina, Kumawu, Bekwai, Konfonochi, Afari Military Hospital, Siwa Regional Hospital. Make I many president Mama and call Mampon and call Commission Mampon Water Project. I remember see a call. Nti nye we need to compare with stronghold cry.
We stronghold then they compare with stronghold.
Take Volta region, we give them a university.
We give
them an airport. Kumasi airport yen yeshase. He really runway no. Utumfo, I remember he flew and landed in Kumasi. President Mama flew and landed in Kumasi. Airport, international airport. I know, and I'm so confident. Say, look, may have my trans anti-mem. As anti-for it will patience. But when you take them for granted, now we take you more granted for too longer. You see, ensure a tap on Chenia. I feel we, as anti-member Kasa, they will send a message to the MPP. Say, you've taken us for granted for far too long. Enough is enough. And I encourage them to send a signal to them. Say, as anti-mind a bulldozer, a quine say, yeah, near the Buquino. A quino at Dahovia. Near the Chevy Mercedes Benz, and I'm quite so. Go to Chevy. Go to Chevy.
Because see, there are roads all across the region.
Interchange.
Is
it from interchange?
Yes, from interchange.
8 years. 8. President Mama was president for 4 years. 8 years. 8 years. 8.
Process.
They promised them saying their first time crumble. How much am I want to cry the Dani issue? They can't do it. No more you're a crocodile John. There's a young woman is Unkunya. Years and the phone kunya. Magic. We fail such an abysmal performance in Ashanti region. Your main stronghold. Take them for granted. basa. And the mo who said, "There's a mother contractor betuano." 10 days to elections.
And for
Because
I mean, we see all the concerns are, and they make the point. Say yes, okay. Assuming for granted, saying you're working in the prayer. Nanado, what more social intervention? A fact Ghana need be a one. Every Ghanaian benefited, including a your constituency for. We are sure what fast for benefited from the social intervention here. Nanako forward, what is the free SHRs? It's the question they're asking you, say, what is your track record in terms of social intervention and this? Then I'm buy then I'm phobia in your home for so. I mean, you say that's a trouble. You are not the alternative.
Social intervention, right? It's a policy I share that I implement it to help the masses. Normally, government policies such that individual intimate.
True.
It's very expensive. Those are the characteristics of social interventions.
Yeah.
They are very expensive. It affected the mass of the people until the government deliberately decided to obey. Take something like rural electrification. The buy and access rate was about 50%. By the time I leave office, they call 84%.
So that's a social intervention.
That is one social intervention.
I see.
Take get fund. Get fund. Without get fund, you can't even talk about free SHS. The schools are easy. Get fund. I buy the get fund Kuburuska to actualize the free SHS. I'm not condemning.
No. Social intervention for you.
Therefore, it's a social intervention to get money, just like before did the NHIS, which we started in terms of the pilot. Get fund was supposed to bring the schools across. Without the schools, how do you even get free SHS? The schools ought to exist anywhere. You can't even say it's a school in your mouth. No, doesn't not make sense. Yes. Somebody build that foundation. And governance is a continuum. President Mama said the next phase he said, I see a permanent solution to the funding. Just this month, a more I spy, a more pro, and they could go back and feed the free SHS students. How can you be so wicked? Some money, you remember on me and then a bush on BD. Some more I spy. You demand one in a bush on BD. Just a quarter of the budget. Expired rice, and more I spy health issues. Not only feeding Kuala in the name of free SHS. Those are the issues, and these are real issues that confronts the nation. And life is not all about free SHS. You must survive before you can talk about free SHS. The economy is in tatters. People are dying. Me call me constituency. Woman be by jerrycan. Any friend could forget long. What's it cooking oil? Last 2 months, no ton of 5.8 million. They still use old currency. What is 580?
Over 80 Ghana cedis.
What's it no call yet 10 million 20 cedis in just 2 months. And market 2 and 80 me. Okay, you 40, I score 40. Me boy, they can tell. I check the price of oil, the rate of increase within just 1 month. The rate of increase for rice, staples, in the inflation index, food inflation, they lead. Who's inflation at 22%? Double digit, very high. It's one of the highest in Africa. But within it, the food inflation is far, far higher. Come on, nipa. A come nipa. Now when you're doing here, please just some person there.
So if you are not paying the school fees, a little bit CV. At least would show half of it. So
let me give you a scenario.
What this house can be seen now?
I wish I could I'll open this data for you as we speak.
Me too.
Let me give you a scenario.
Me too.
Under President Mama, minimum wage. Ultimately, 2 bags of rice.
That's minimum wage, 2 bags of rice.
But which years?
School fees kakra.
And Akufa, they can't even buy 1 bag of rice. No, take the minimum wage under President Mama.
Minimum wage under President Mama, let's make 2 bags.
Yes.
Still going to school fees.
Yes.
And Akufo won't trust school fees, but won't even
one bag. 9.2. I've done the calculation. I'll pull the data for you.
So
where your data? Because I took the minimum wage, and then I took a bag of rice under President Mama.
Right.
And so when you take your minimum wage at the end of the month, what can you buy?
Exactly.
Then today we take your minimum wage until you are comparing apples with apples. How many bags of rice can you buy? You could buy more than 2 bags under President Mama. And Akufo, you can buy less than 1 bag.
But to half bag.
So they're virtually taking your 1 bag money to pay Uber school fees. They are robbing Peter to pay Paul. Economy not some, and the economy is number 1. Look, the economy tops everything because free SHS, health, education, infrastructure comes under a thriving economy. It's a work economy na Pascal. Na ajiun sema. Now what is the economist but me okay economy as me. All of a sudden, you see vice president there on your way. At the same time, I want digitalization. Now you know the minimum no cry MPP campaign. You will mean na me who party a company the same party why by muda.
The MPP no company
against their own policies. The MPP in government are implementing e-levy. The game changer DND. And the mama see living yet. Now the same MPP now. I say MPP e-levy now we implementing no. And yet in the end to abamo no more abamu. No more cancel e-levy now more abamu or more implementing.
They said the Akufo policy. Bamia ye independent of Akufo. It is a if Akufo are ye A. Bamia wants to do B. There's nothing wrong with that because though the same party, but it's a different candidate.
You just said it's the same party.
Of course, the same party.
That's one.
But the vision of the candidate is different.
2 were told about me support e-levy. So what's that different vision? Gideon Buako, Menino on Metro TV, and I put a direct question. Come on, no, Gideon say Dr. Baumia was part of the cabinet that took the decision. John Bodu ever confirmed me as General Secretary. So Dr. Baumia fully supports e-levy. Elections is ba. But even I say Baumia ain't been convincing the boss Akufo to say only e-levy. Then he's not even fit for that job.
Say Baumia ain't convincing Akufo. So only e-levy feel
he's not fit for the job because Akufo the so economy there. Me boa me no kan che me. On the economy a omonama. Nti wo de Dr. Baumia ba. Say eba economy a wo ja bibia she Dr. Baumia nsem. Nti no ono na enye bibia ma no. Then all of a sudden we are told say no. The head of the economic management team President Akufo the catcher said, "Oh no, the BBS is no. When his spokesperson the catcher said, "Or support to e-levy." Anye ye, anko ye, intino yempe kwetiko ambiso. Let's extricate Dr. Baumia from Akufo. So Akufo is responsible for everything. Then give all the credit to Akufo. Why do MPP person catcher say, "Oh, Baumia born home more than as vice president"? On a boy way. Enko ye de anya on the boy.
Say the cash onye no oye.
Ye the economy in the man, no, that's what they told him to do. President Akufo no catch here. Was what the economy national Dr. Baumia nsem. And Dr. Baumia na be catch say he has a sterling economic management team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akoto say obubo mu nyina di no say momfa mo compare my economic management team. Dr. Baumia na catch say Sydney dollar no wa arrested depreciation no enya Akufo na catch here o what the key no ama IGP Dr. Baumia na catch here say Sino-Hydro facility no enye loan and it's a loan. It's pushed our debt to GDP to more than 100%. They have to give people haircuts. Pensioners, musika. This man cannot be trusted. This man does not deserve the presidency. These double standards. You cannot be principled. Your friend of the Al Gore syndrome. And then I'll go Lucy. I'll go I contest now. So
your vice president at the time too, yes.
Now, what the vice president does is that you run on the ticket and the performance of your boss and your party. That's what is done everywhere. This is the only vice president who generate own government policies. I mean, no, you think about it. A vice president running away from their own policies. What will be that? Give me one example. Just one example of a sitting vice president.
I mean,
let's see, look, the boss policy. I don't think he should have left that government. He should have left. When it comes to principle,
yeah.
Then should have said so. Me now the head of economic management team, the man. As head, no, me just say e-leave, no, and yet you free. So 1 year and year, mean to be head of economic management team. Maybe I'll still keep my vice president, but to take that position, say, "Oh, now run it, oh, now your head." And your economic management team now, and young finance minister name one on a chair, and that's where they take the decisions.
That's what we're told that the finance minister don't say about that.
When I can,
Eugene Boateng, your colleague in Parliament, many the interview.
What is he a government?
Who was a deputy minister?
No, me count from 2020.
Yeah, from
2020. No, never catch as a kind of as the best finance minister.
Yeah, of course that's fine. But after
that time, and after 2020, won't TV.
That's according to Eugene. Say at the point, the finance minister.
No, can you imagine? Say finance minister. 2017 OTA, 2018 OTA, 2019 OTA. 2020 OTA. Economist that is a Pascal I mean, what kind of cockapoo story is this?
You don't believe it?
But we're not kids. Okay, so you're going to currency depreciating more.
But your brother has come. I mean,
the buyer was watch the currency from tomorrow. Watch it. We've gotten this. We've gotten Jananum. Oh, maybe now. No, you're worried. And 17 CD to the dollar. To the dollar, yeah. 17 CD to the dollar.
Yeah.
That's where we are. That's the reality.
But you remember the finance committee, you admit and agree that yes, the economy may have been in shambles beginning of 2021, 22, 23 there, but see again, stabilizing.
What is stabilizing? Tell me.
It's recovering.
What? Give me the indicators. Inflation, we are one of the highest. 22%. Currency depreciation is the 4th worst in Africa. 4th worst in Africa. Currency depreciation.
But there's growth.
Growth of what? You can have a jobless growth. We are not paying and servicing our debt.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. Once we start servicing our debt,
from 2026,
it means you'll be here more dollars. Yes, servicing your debt in Pona. You will go for me. Yes, servicing your debt to Mpuni, you will go for me. And you know, GDP is calculated what we call the expenditure approach.
Right.
You have the income approach, the product approach, and the expenditure approach. Where expenditure approach? As you spend, you capture, especially on final expenditure. Then you aggregate everything and deflate it using the deflator and determine the GDP growth. So, now the share economy now, you see growth. But so now one find infrastructure and self-financing projects. Now the air consumption, you will see growth, but along the line, no, it will catch up with you. And that's what happened. A bank will borrow by $11.5 billion and use a chunk of it for consumption. Oil revenues, we've gotten about 10 billion. A bank will 7 billion out of it. Energy sector levies, a bank will 40 billion. Debt to GDP, over 100%. Debt level from 120 billion to more than 700 billion. Abba. I
see. The economy in this year's election is one of the biggest thing that air drive amount for. And NDC, what is that show on Semuba? Because more times it's not how a crown.
I want you to always. There will never be a timer Even in America.
Right.
There will never be that time. But we never had haircuts and the NDC. Never. We never had a haircut. Pensioners, sika, pensioners, ye many, ye papa mo one more team free assume on my pensioners guy. Pension almost all AI.
Yeah.
You go and take their money. How can you be so wicked? Look, you are sleeping. I kept saying it. I said, watch it. Look, baby, Dr. Baumia said, we don't read. No, this man, we don't read. If you remember, I say, we don't read.
Yeah.
And this is your performance. Inflation, 22% against your time 15. CD depreciation, 40-something% against your time. Inflation, 54%. You check the indicator. Even economic jobs. Because when you grow economy, the main thing is you want to create jobs.
Yeah.
A jobless growth is meaningless. But single digit unemployed. And 14%. And the MPP. Cocoa production. We hit 1 million. And the cocoa at Tiaba 500. We handed over 3 oil producing fields to this government. 1 Kromo Fanka.
I see. I pay many Honorable John Jinapor and Aiding Komo. We're having a very simple, calm conversation on December 7, 2024. Just about 11 days to the crucial election. Now he's very confident in his mindset. The only party and the only candidate with me, I G free sa or how near Titia ye Komono. Aye John Jomani Mahama. Wasama Atia says, power na stabilize ye no dum to kakana ahohono ni na sikasem. Achim seba me ade. No ye no one be pa because he's the only candidate our campaign against one party policies. And when he said on kind of cry, he's quite dishonest.